We're off to the MPSF this weekend. We split the squad last weekend, and we had a whole host of Ducks get into the top 10 all-time Oregon, and really excited and looking forward about the upcoming weekend here at the Mountain Pacific.
Can you say a few words about Sam Prakel, who's been here, I guess, 5 years, sort of what he means to the team and what his leadership?
Yeah, you know, he's one of those fifth-year seniors that has kind of been one of the pillars and the stalwarts of our program. He was able to go up to Washington last week, and then, of course, maybe Washington 2 weeks ago, and then run the DMR this past weekend in Notre Dame, who ran the #3 time in Oregon history. So he's just an awesome guy, someone that's really calm, has a calming demeanor on his peers and his training group, and just someone that we lean on here in our program.
Does he ever have any fun between classes and track?
Well, it's funny you say that, because if you look at him, he's always got this stoic look on his face. No smiles, no frowns, no nothing. Just even keel all across the board. So you really got to press him to get him to crack a smile and have some fun.
Why did you send your DMR team out last weekend as opposed to just waiting for the MPSF? What did you like about that meet?
Well, I don't necessarily know if there's anything I like about it or not. It's just one of those necessary evils to get qualified. Unbeknownst to us at the time, I thought that we were going to be safe, but I would have been wrong and sorely missed, and then we'd been scrambling to try to put something together for the DMR this weekend at the MPSF, because I think as of today, we'd been the first team out based on the team that we ran up in New York. So good foresight by Coach Powell, and twisting my arm to get us to go over to Notre Dame and fly all the way across the country. But one of those necessary evils that you have to do in order to secure your spot. And they ran a phenomenal race to run as fast as they did.
Speaking of securing spots, Ariana Washington's off to probably a start that's not up to par with your usual standards. You know, what is it about her season that you think has kind of led to this slow start?
Good question. One of those things that leaves us scratching our head a bit, and I'm sure if you were to ask her, she'd probably feel the exact same way. Definitely not pleased with how things have been going for her, but hopefully we always have opportunities, and she's going to have another opportunity up in MPSF to kind of figure some things out and get the ball rolling in the right direction. And hopefully that works, but if not, then we got to get the things fixed and corrected to get back started outdoors.
How confident are you that you can get that qualifier this weekend?
Well, she is a two-time NCAA champion. She's been there before. She ran really fast in the 200 last year and ran 720 there at the NCAA meet last year. So I would put nothing past her, because that's the type of person that she is. It's just a matter of her putting all the dots together.
We talked to Hannah earlier today. With the loss of Deja and with the loss of Hannah Cunliffe, you've gotten pretty young in that sprinter group. What do you like about that collection of talent that you have, as freshmen and sophomores?
We're still working on the likes part of it. I can tell you I got some gray hairs from that youngness that you're referring to right now. But I spoke at the Oregon Club yesterday, and we talked about some of the similar things about we just have to remember that these are some young pups, and we're bringing them along in traditional Oregon fashion, and they're learning the Oregon way. And I know as much as people want them to kind of take over the torch and produce the same results as some of those studs and those really upperclassmen did last year, it's a process. And they are all super talented. That's why we recruited them, and that's why we brought them here. It's just a matter of time for them to learn and figure out things. There's a whole host of reasons or excuses I could give, but we'll continue to be patient and let them come into their own whenever that season happens to get here.
Hannah seems to really be coming into her own. She was really, definitely, her confidence is hitting an all-time high, it seems like, for her. What about her season are you liking so far?
Same thing that we're talking about here. Here you have a sophomore. You know, she was one of the ones that was really talented and did really well there at the California State meet out of high school. Came in here and was able to learn, and she got some good experience, some valuable experience. So you don't see that deer in the headlights for first-time NCAA people there. We're able to run on some good relays there in the rounds, and so she's gained that valuable experience. And now you see, now she's taking that on to her individual success and being successful in her own right. And so the sky's really the limit there. We're really excited about where she is right now in her progress.
I know you don't
rattling off. Go ahead, Ken.
I say I know you don't pay attention to rankings and that kind of stuff, but the men's team has not been ranked as highly as you're used to. Are you just sort of laying in the weeds, or what can we expect?
I wish it was that simple. I think we have some work cut out for us. There's some teams that are really doing well, and we have to have some things go our way. Kind of one of the reasons why we went to make sure that DMR was going to get in, because those are points that we need. And the men have been outside of the top 5. You know, it's almost blasphemous to say the Oregon program men and women are outside the top 5, and the women are 5th and the men are down there somewhere. But once again, you're correct, and nobody cares about the rankings, even though we've been ranked this year lower than normal. So hopefully we can go out there and let our experience and that championship fortitude that we've had before show up.
Without